Is there a way that you can actually make digital photography look like film photography? Stick around and we'll find out. Thank you for coming back. It's been a while since I put out a video, but I got approached by a company called Dehancer recently, and they asked me to try out their product and give an honest review on it. So here I am, and I recently was able to shoot a friend of mine in the studio and also go to Liverpool to take some photos of a all-female Beatles tribute band called Penny Lane. So while I was there, I took a lot of photos on film, and I brought along my digital camera to compare and contrast the two. I used a lot of the presets that were what I was shooting, like HP5, a Kodak Pro Image 100, and I think Fuji 200, though they have a Fuji C200, not the new Fuji. I wanted to show you some of these photos. It's going to be kind of a two-parter because I want to get into just the film part of it. So I will be back to just do an episode on Liverpool because it was fantastic. I had such a beautiful time. But for this episode, we're going to kind of do a compare and contrast with some of my film photos that I shot in Liverpool, and then also some of the digital ones. Now, I'm going to actually put back to back the a film and a digital and just see if you can actually tell the difference. And then if you stick around to the end, I'll let you know which ones were actually Dehancer and which ones were film. But leave a comment, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. So what were my final thoughts on Dehancer? I thought it was great. And I went in thinking like nothing's gonna be like film, and I still believe that that is true. But after getting to spend extensive time taking photos for friends in the studio, and then going to England and having a week to shoot on multiple cameras, I was shooting on a Nikon N70, a Pentax IQZoom, Nikon Z5, and there was a lot of pictures where the detail could really get lost with film because I was shooting Fuji 200 and I was shooting Pro Image 100. It was really hard to get a good photo without flash from the film, and using the Z5 I could really bump up the ISO and get a good picture. I could recover the shadows before making it a dehancer photo, and it still gave the filmic look. You can see the huge difference in some of those photos for the Porta 800 for the dehancer profile versus the actual Porta 800. Of course, I had to use flash when I was in the studio for the Porta 800, even at 800. Yeah, when I was in England, there's some scenes in the church which I'll show right now, there's a few other shots where I like this. You'll see this one right here, which is just going to be a coffee shop called Cafe Nero that we were at the first day that I got there, and I had framed the photo and I wanted to get more shadow detail inside without blowing out the highlights outside, which I probably could have done okay with the film, but I think at that time I just had my point and shoot on me. You kind of were at the mercy of that. I was able to do a little bit more control with the digital camera and then edit it in post, and I love this photo. So I think that dehancer is something to add to the arsenal. I'm not going to stop shooting film. I'm not going to shoot less film. This whole last portion, I am actually using the dehancer video profile that I'm using in Premiere Pro, which they so kindly let me use so that I could actually add this to the video. And for video work, I think it's fantastic. I actually have a video that just came out on my channel. I'll link it down below so you can see it for my music. And in that music video, I used the dehancer. I think I used the Porta 800 if I remember correctly. But there's so much you can do with that LUT for video. It's incredible. So you can use any of those film profiles for still photography and video, which is so cool. Makes it a lot easier and is a lot better than some of those stock film profiles that you get in Premiere Pro. I think overall, I will definitely implement dehancer into my photography workflow when it's necessary. So if I want to get a photo, but it's a lot more low light and I have my digital camera, I'm gonna pull it out. I can always edit it later. I can edit it as a digital photo. I can edit it to black and white. I can put dehancer on it. Some of those black and white photos that I showed at the beginning that were both dehancer, I'll show them right now. These two right here are two of my favorite photos from the trip, and I don't know that I would have nailed it in those situations. It was pretty dark. I don't know that I would have nailed those shots. Well, actually the second one, I take that back. The one where he's walking, it was sunny out, but I just happened to have my digital camera and it was just in the moment. So I was able to capture it with that HP5 profile, and it got pretty good. It got really close. I love film, and film is like what I want to shoot. I mean, that's the joy I get out of it. I get joy out of developing it. I get joy out of scanning it. Just the whole process of film is a lot more exciting for me than digital. I mean, I think that's why a lot of us do it, is because there's something special, unique, and exciting about film. So I'm not gonna slow down my film because I have this. I'm just gonna add something new to my arsenal. I think dehancer is great. I think you should check it out. For what you get, especially for the full package, being able to use it for Premiere Pro, being able to use it for your still photography when needed. I mean, if you just get it for the Premiere Pro because you're doing a lot of video editing, and you just also are able to use some of that for your film whenever you take digital shots, stills. You know, because a lot of times I have clients who think that they love film, and you probably do too, where they love the idea of film, but when they get it back, they just won't use it. I had a client that I was shooting an outdoor event, and I shot 2 rolls of film, I think a black and white and a color, and then I shot maybe like 200 digital photos, and I sent them all to this client, and they did not use a single film photo. So sometimes when you're shooting for for money for a client, not wasting your money and time on film, dehancer is a great option, right? Because you get really close enough for them, and you can still edit it, because a lot of people, especially who are doing portraiture, want to make sure that you can edit the bags under their eyes or any sort of blemishes. So I think that this is a great product, and it has its place for sure, and I'm definitely going to use it on future clients. But yeah, check it out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Got another one coming, so hopefully I'll get another video out. I plan on bringing my RB67 and probably my Nikon FM out, so we'll get a bunch of pictures out there, and that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about the channel. No pain, no grain. If you're a fan of my music, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you supporting this, even though you may not be a film photographer. If you're a film photographer, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And if you like country music, check out my other page. Have a great one.